How to become a high-value man. In a world where perfection remains an elusive dream, we embark on a journey to explore the path of self-improvement. Every man with his unique flaws is simply human. The question that beckons us, however, is this: do you possess the wisdom to elevate yourself beyond mediocrity? Perfection may be an unattainable summit, but that doesn't mean you should not strive for excellence in all your endeavors. Today, we delve into a realm where ordinary men become extraordinary. Welcome to a creative and transformative guide on how to ascend to the ranks of high-value men. In today's video, we'll be looking at 7 ways you can go that extra mile to be a high-value man. 1. Become a high-value man with purpose. The first step in becoming a high-value man is knowing what you want from life. It doesn't matter whether you're a young guy starting his first job or the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Every man should have a goal that he wants to achieve by this time next year. Having a purpose is about having personal standards and a desire to improve upon what you already have in your skill set constantly. A high-value man with a purpose understands his successes, works to improve on his flaws, and at all times demonstrates good personal standards. Become this man, and you'll have a far greater understanding of the journey ahead of you. 2. Demonstrate resilience. A man needs to be strong for his family, his colleagues, and for himself. I'm not talking about physical strength. Sure, benching 225 is pretty damn impressive, but it's not necessarily going to help you when it comes to your success as a man. I'm talking about emotional and social strength. An individual's ability to keep his chin up in the face of adversity and work through the hard times rather than cower beneath them. Knowing how to better yourself in this way is a great starting point for most men. It's not about becoming Superman overnight. It's all about working towards a resilient frame of mind. Maybe you want to support your wife through hard times at work. Maybe you want to become the rock at your church so that people turn to you when the chips are down. Whatever your situation may be, the fact remains. A man should be able to show strength when the occasion calls for it. Hold your head high, rise to help those around you, and work through any problems with dignity and strength. 3. Communicate well as a high-value man. Let's eat Antonio. Now I know what you're thinking. Casual cannibalism isn't exactly the mark of a high-value man. Stick with me. This proves why appropriate communication is important. In this instance, what initially seems like a bizarre phrase can be easily clarified with a simple comma. Let's eat Antonio becomes an invitation to a nice meal. Let her eat Antonio? Now I know this is a bit of a fun example, but plenty of misunderstandings can occur through poor communication. A real-life example that a lot of men struggle with is how to communicate through text. For instance, an email that you think sounds like friendly banter might sound aggressive and sarcastic to the recipient. A high-value man can communicate appropriately, which means reading the room and understanding what is and isn't appropriate within his current environment. A good set of rules to stick by: avoid banter at the office, keep it strictly business. Law! Always politely clarify your meaning if misunderstandings occur. Speak clearly and use correct English whenever communicating with someone you don't know all that well. 4. Foster healthy relationships. There's nothing more dangerous to a man's state of mind than a toxic relationship. As human beings, we tend to be very impressionable when it comes to other people's emotions. In fact, psychologists Hess and Fisher study emotional mimicry. Why and when we mimic emotions suggests that the perception of a specific emotion display leads to the imitation of that display. This can be a problem for any man striving to be the best version of himself. You may be the cheeriest guy on your block, but if you surround yourself with negative people, chances are you'll begin to take on some of that negative emotion yourself. The best way to avoid this? Simple. Ensure that all of your relationships are healthy and emotionally beneficial. Understanding how to better yourself through careful consideration of your relationships is the key to becoming a high-value man. Actionable steps to help achieve this understanding could be: Essa, ensure that you keep conversations as positive as possible. Engage in relationships that make you feel happy. Don't be afraid to help boost the emotions of others with your positive outlook. 5. Gain valuable resources. Earning a ton of money is one solution many men approach when considering how to better yourself in 2023. However, money isn't everything, and on its own very rarely brings complete happiness. The minimalists, Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, consider money to be part of happiness but not its defining feature. High income or no, we must avoid passivity in favor of active, engaged, deliberate tasks. We must acknowledge our mistakes, make the right direction-changing decisions, and then take incremental actions each day. They're minimalists. Gents, they've got a great point. When we consider how to gain valuable resources, we must consider our knowledge a priority for improving ourselves. A man that consistently learns new things is a man that will consistently succeed in new ways. Need to ace an up-and-coming interview? Do the research and learn about the company. Need a new tire fitted on your car? Research how to fit a new tire yourself and add to your ever-growing skill set. As we say in the Marines, improvise, adapt, and overcome. 6. Be consistent. Consistency is key. What's another word for consistency? Stability? To truly present yourself as a high-value man, people need to know that they can rely on you. Let me ask you this. Would you feel safe driving a car where the brakes only worked 50 of the time? Of course not. That's a recipe for disaster. Trust and dependency work in a very similar way. If you aim to gain the trust and dependency of those around you, they need to know you're going to be there when they need you the most. If you're flaky and unreliable, the fact is you're going to find it hard to win the trust of those around you. In short, make sure you fulfill the promises you make, stick to your decisions, and demonstrate reliability when it comes to making plans and following through with them. 7. Command presence as a high-value man. Do you guys remember those cowboy westerns where the main character walks into a saloon and everyone puts down their drinks, stops talking, and looks in his direction? That's called commanding presence, gents. Am I saying that everyone should cower in fear upon your entry to your favorite bar? Of course not. Am I saying that everyone around you should know you mean business? Absolutely. Commanding respect can come in many forms: your personal style, the way you talk, and how you hold yourself in day-to-day life. It's all about confidence. Learn how to command respect by dressing with confidence, speaking with confidence, and moving with confidence. At the end of the day, it takes a very open-minded man to consider his own downfalls and recognize where he needs to make improvements. As we conclude this enlightening journey, remember that self-improvement is a continuous endeavor. By understanding your purpose, embracing resilience, mastering effective communication, nurturing healthy relationships, acquiring valuable knowledge, maintaining unwavering consistency, and commanding presence, you set a course for a brighter future. Becoming a high-value man is not about perfection. It's about relentless progress and personal growth. You've taken the first steps on this path, and as you continue to evolve, you'll find yourself among the select few who exemplify excellence in every facet of life. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of self-improvement. If you thirst for more wisdom on becoming the best version of yourself, stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover the top 10 daily habits for men who aspire to greatness. Your journey towards becoming a high-value man has just begun.